Hello everybody, it is me, Riku the cat, and this is my US history homework, but I don't have any editing program, so I put it on YouTube so that I can edit it. This magical video is about the invention of sewing machines, because in US history we're going to be learning about the Industrial Revolution, and sewing machines were, I guess, like kind of invented then. But it's like really weird. Sewing machines are very confusing, and there's a lot of weird information and a lot of people that invented this sewing machine. So the invention of the sewing machine itself actually didn't start out as just a patent of a sewing machine. It actually started out as like a needle for some sort of mechanical device that sews for you. So pretty much a sewing machine, but they didn't invent it at that time. Let me look at my paper. Let's see. Just kidding. One moment. If you haven't noticed, I really don't know what I'm doing, but you know. Yeah. Okay. So the patent of the sewing needle for a mechanical sewer thing, the guy that invented it was a German immigrant named Charles Wiesenthal. Charles Wiesenthal. He was the dude that just said, "Yep, let's make a needle for a mechanical thing that sews for us," and it just kind of started like that. I don't know what was going through his head, but so after this Charles guy figured out this needle thing and patented it and whatever, 34 years later, this guy named Thomas Saint made what they called the first sewing machine, like the first considered sewing machine, but it was really just like a patent. And I think it was pretty much just like a drawing and an idea of exactly what it is, but I don't think it was actually carried out and made into a machine. So time had passed, and a tailor named Joseph Madras, yeah, invented a series of sewing machines, and he actually received a patent for that in the I don't even know what I'm doing, honestly. I'm just kind of talking to a camera and reading off a piece of paper, and I can't even talk, so why should I even do this? He received a patent in 1814. There we go. And he was working on this invention for a while, and he was just doing all this stuff for like years and years and years, but it just didn't work out. He didn't get all the elements right, and it just didn't work out perfectly as this magical invention. So unfortunately he died as a pauper. He didn't have that much money, and he didn't really get what he wanted, so you should invent things. Like, doesn't it seem that a whole bunch of people that have invented like crazy stuff always end up poor when they die? Like, that's just sad. I can go on and on about all of these people that had something to do with the invention of the sewing machine. There was just a whole bunch of crazy people, and I'm just gonna kind of skip to the end a little bit so that I don't make this video like 20 minutes long, because I could easily do that. Okay, so I skipped down a little bit for all of those other ones that I mentioned, all the other inventors, and I don't even know what's happening. There's just, okay, at one point this guy named John Adams Doji, so this guy, John Adams Doji, he invented the sewing machine again, and this sewing machine was pretty good. It went on and it could stitch like a little bit, but then it would stop, and then you would have to redo the whole thing and thread the machine and do all this stuff to fix it, and then you would have to do it again. So it really wasn't that practical, but it did do some things. so... And then a little while after that, you start getting into your bigger inventors, which are like Singer, which you've probably heard of as a brand that is pretty much one of the biggest brands in sewing and sewing machines and stuff, because it's been one of the first big ones that had this crazy successful sewing machine. And that inventor, whoever his first name was, Singer, he actually died rich, so that's pretty cool. And then some other guy, I think his name was Howe, and he pretty much went through like the same thing. It's like his last name is Howe, which is Howe. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. So I'm just going to show you a picture of the first sewing machines, and then I'm going to show you the modern ones and just see the difference of them. And yeah, so... So yeah, that's one of the first sewing machines ever, and they look kind of crazy and weird and stuff, but now this is what a modern sewing machine looks like. They are a lot more complex, but they don't look as pretty. So I personally, in my household, we own a 1927 sewing machine, and I'm going to go quickly show you that, just that you could see what sewing machines are still kind of around that are from forever ago, and they're just so beautiful. So this is the 1927 sewing machine. Most sewing machines came with this built-in table kind of deal, which is probably not even barely a thing now with sewing machines. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. This is just the 1927, which really isn't extremely far off if you think about it. So yeah, that's kind of my video. It's a little bit insane because I don't know what I'm doing. Which I have done this before, if you've seen my Chinese acrobatics one. Yeah, I've done this before, but I just can't talk to a camera. I'm trying to like show my videos to the world, but I don't even know how to speak. So it's kind of a problem. But, you know, I'll just stop this. I hope you had an exciting time watching this video and getting awesome knowledge. Thanks. I'm probably going to be hiding when they play this video. Because no. Goodbye.